Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are still growing. Keep doing what you're doing. Subscribe, share, sell. Here's your shout out that I promised you. All right, this topic right here. This is an interesting one. This one's kind of one of those topics. Rape. Rape. All right. The act, when people think prison, they think, oh, I'm going to get raped. Or people are getting their booty taken, right, by the booty bandit. This rape that I'm about to talk about is not what you would think. And you're probably thinking, well, what the hell is this guy talking about? I told you guys I started at Centinela State Prison, a GP, general population prison. Where there's rules, standards, regulations, not just by us, but by the inmate population. That order and structure alleviates a lot of BS. The majority of the BS, right? Because the consequences are so brutal. Fast forward to Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility, RJD. Man, when my world got turned upside down, I was used to structure from the military to Centinela. I was used to being militant, having honor, loyalty, commitment, duty, respect. You go to RJD and it is a free-for-all. It is a madhouse. It is anything goes. Anything goes. I've already made a video of transgenders. If you want to go back in my channel and watch that one. And for the record, I will clarify that there is one general population yard, one GP yard at Donovan. I'm not trying to get nobody caught up in a wreck. Right? So it's not that if you came from Donovan, you're no good, because there's one GP yard there. But the rest are all SNY, EOP, triple CMS. Well, that's enhanced outpatient and mental health inmates. And I've already told you the majority by far are faking it. Somebody on here wrote me a comment or a message, either or, and said they're not faking it. I can only assume they were a mental health professional, because they would be without a job if it wasn't for these malingerers. Malingers means faking it. We learned that in the military. So, because there was malingerers there. So this person was like, they're not faking it. They have seen trauma. None of this is about that, right? I'm talking about the straight fakers, manipulators, malingerers, milking the system, no backbone having, cowards, spineless. I don't know how they wake up in the morning. I don't know how they look at themselves in the mirror in the morning type of dudes. Boom, you got it. You know who I'm talking about now, right? Well, with that being said, there is a lot of homosexuality in prison. At Donovan. I'm talking about the inmates here, not the staff. But anyhow, I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing. I just want you to understand what environment that was going on. All right. With that, you have relationships. And you guys are probably thinking, oh no, please don't talk about this. No, we don't want to hear it. I just ate. Listen, there's relationships between the inmates. Like, they fucking fall in love, in lust, get sprung, fucking cry, scream. Oh, fuck, man. Anything that you would see in a Romeo and Juliet movie, you see this shit over here at Donovan, right? Amongst fucking inmates. You gotta be saying, where is this guy going with this? Man, he is fucking laying it on thick. We get it. Thick. Oh, real thick. So, you know how on the streets, at times, if a girl gets mad at you, she'll call the cops and say that you hit her, and you fucking get gaffled up, and you go to the, you go to the can, you go to jail. Well, these inmates will manipulate the system so bad that it has become distorted and not even a joke, because it's not a laughing matter. And I'm going to get to why in a second. They will cry rape, cry wolf, every time they don't get what they want. The inmates. I've had numerous, more than I can count on both hands and fingers, inmates tell me when they get back from the hospital, right from their SART examination, sexual assault review team or sexual assault, something like that. Because there are protocols, the Prison Rape Elimination Act, federal laws and guidelines that we as correctional employees have to follow, mandated. You can't toy with it. You can't joke with it. You can't pretend it didn't happen. You can't ignore it. You will follow all procedures and all protocols so that you do not get fired. You do not get criminally charged. It is that serious. Well, what do you do when these inmates are coming back? And as a sergeant at the time, I'm in the TTA, the triage treatment area. And I have inmates saying, oh yeah, Sarge, he really didn't rape me. We just got in an argument and I just did that. I get to speak about this shit now, man. But could you imagine how that was festering inside of me? Or, yeah, that sex that we had was consensual, but fuck it. I got upset, so I said it was not consensual. But it was definitely consensual. Now you know where I'm going, where I have gone with this, right? And this is this is PREA. This is rape allegations and the seriousness of it and the resources that, think about it. You have one inmate accuses another inmate of rape. That requires a total of 4 officers, 2 officers per inmate, to drive them out to a clinic, a hospital, to get evaluated, to confirm if they were in fact a victim of rape and or a suspect of rape. They cannot go at the same time, right? You cannot have a victim and a suspect at the same time, so you have to prolong it and or stagger their transport, which is, all this is accumulating time. Time equals money, hours. You got to pay these cops. You got to foot the bill at the hospital. You got to pay for these tests. These are all resources and taxpayers' money. And that is just PREA, right? There's a whole inmate grievance process, 602s. So the legitimate problems that people do have in prison is getting by far covered up. Covered up not by us, covered up by the remainder of the inmate population, just piling frivolous bullshit on top of the realities of actual victims. Now let's fast forward to these women's prisons, right? I've already told you that I've been talking behind the scenes with female advocates to these prisons, because you have male born inmates housed in female prisons with penises. Yeah, I said it. Penises. All right. I don't know if I can say that on here. I mean, I've said a lot of other words. But from what I have been gathering, they are legitimately raping female inmates, right? Female offenders. Why would I believe that? Well, fuck, I would believe that because I seen how these inmates acted in male prisons, how they manipulated, how they acted a fool, how they had no respect for self or others. Why would they not take advantage of the system, go to where there's a bunch of females and rape them? I would not put that past them. I would not put that past them is what I'm trying to tell you. There's been female inmates that have gotten pregnant. Right? How else are they getting pregnant if they're not having sexual intercourse with a man, right? With a male. Now this is, what I'm about to say next is going to be appalling. I'll even give you a fair warning. If you don't want to hear anything graphic in nature, just fast forward for the next 1 minute. It is being explained to me from multiple sources on multiple sides of the house that they are actually have locked down the prison to conduct searches on the yard for a fetus that was buried on the yard as a result of a rape that transpired. This is happening in California, where we live, where we work, where we pay taxes, where we should have the right to know these things. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation will never speak on something like that. They're not dumb. They're grimy, right? Just like the Italian mob doesn't speak on certain things, this department surely doesn't speak on certain things, right? It's about politics, power, and money to them. None of those entail safety, security, and the protection of staff or inmates. All right? Now I'm agitated. Keep pushing forward.